Hey, what's going on? This is Mr. Opinionator coming to you this afternoon. I want to talk to you a little bit on the subject of attack. So, if there was a title for this video, it would be a question. Are you ready for an attack? Now we know that we typically don't plan for people to attack us, but we know that attacks do come, and they come in different forms. There are physical attacks, there could be a mental attack, there can be a spiritual attack. There are lots of attacks, and depending on how prepared we are, that kind of will determine just how much damage is going to be done. Is the damage going to be extensive? Is it going to be damning and destroy everything that we are and that we have built and accumulated? Or will that just be some surface scars because we are prepared? Now, you may be wondering, why are you talking about attack? Look at the country. Look at what's going on around us. Look what's going on in our individual worlds, and there's always something constantly going on. Case in point, I can use the example of my car. I had some unexpected things that I need to get repaired. So that was a financial attack. Fortunately, I had a couple of pennies to rub together, saved up for a rainy day, and it was not able to flatten me. Did set me back a little bit in regards to some of the extracurricular things that I wanted to do. But not being prepared for a financial attack can be devastating to many, because a lot of times we don't save, we don't put things up, and when things happen and you don't have a group of people or stronghold to tap into to help you get out of that situation, it can knock you down. Let's talk about health. A lot of people are health conscious. A lot of people are trying to get healthy, eat better, exercise more. But there are some people who do not take their health into accountability. They're eating what they want, may or may not be drinking enough water, may not be getting any exercise, their muscles may not be developed. So when something comes along that challenges their health, that determines that they need to be able to push above and beyond of what they naturally do on a day-to-day basis, they fall flat on their faces, and their health, their current health, it has not equipped them for the task that they need to do. So they get knocked on their faces because their health is not strong enough. They're not prepared for an attack on their health. And most of the time, when something happens to our health, the stronger that we are physically initially, the easier it is for us to sustain the attack, to fight off the germs, and do things of that nature. So it's very important that we keep in mind that our health is very important, and we need to sustain, our bodies need to be able to sustain attacks. Spiritual attacks. As the people say, and it's very cliche, the devil is always busy. There is always something going on. There is always something that's going to challenge your faith. There is always something that's going to challenge your individual belief system. And depending on how strong your belief system is, depending on how much you practice, depending on how much you believe in what you are practicing, that can determine if a spiritual attack will wipe you out and put you flat on your back or flat on your face. So very important that we need to spiritually build ourselves up. We need to study. We need to dig. We need to investigate and see what, if we believe, do we really believe in it, and how much do we believe in it, and do our research and dig ourselves in, so that when the storms come and when they blow, that we can sustain an attack. When the earthquakes come and shake our foundations, will we get shaken to the floor? Will we be able to sustain the rug being pulled from under our carpet? From under our feet. Will we be able to sustain the carpet being pulled from under our feet? Excuse me. So very, very, very important. And case in point, I give you another example. Everyone's talking about Omarosa. We know Omarosa White House. She worked for 45, which is what I like to refer him to, for basically maybe a little bit over a year. She has known him for about 15 years, But she went into the White House and things did not go as she planned, and she was asked to leave by force. I mean, they didn't grab her and throw her face first, but you kind of get the idea. Now she's rolling out all these tapes. She's dropping little gems here, dropping little gems there. She has evidence to support claims that she is making. So I believe that she was ready for an attack. She knew what she was going into. She knew that things could possibly not go her way, and she knew that some things are possibly going to happen. So I need to prepare myself just in case things go wrong. So my question to you is, are you prepared for a financial attack? If your finances are attacked, do you have a rainy day fund? Do you have somewhere where you can dip into? Is your body up to par? If, God forbid, your health is challenged, and it depends on how strong you are currently, will you be able to sustain a physical attack? Finally, spiritually, is your belief system strong enough where when the winds blow and your faith is challenged, can you defend your faith? Number one, do you have enough belief? Is your belief system strong enough? Have you studied enough? Have you researched? And you know, at the end of the day, when something is faith-based, it all depends on how strong it is. So do you have enough strength? Do you have enough training? Do you have enough experience to sustain a spiritual attack? And I'll end on this note: insurance. God forbid something happens to someone in your family, or it happens to you. Do you have insurance? Can you or your family sustain a hit of someone leaving, or it doesn't wipe you out and put you on your back because you have not properly prepared yourself for this loss? So those are just some thoughts that I wanted to drop, some things that I wanted to talk about, because remember, attacks come every day, all day. They come at the worst times. They come when things are good. They come on how prepared we are. That determines just how damaging the attack can be. This is Mr. Opinionated, and to you about are you ready for attack? So if you have any thoughts, you can definitely hit me up at mropinionated@gmail.com. Visit the blog opinionated.com. Share the video if it meant anything, and I will see you guys. Have a fantastic afternoon.